right, so activity 4. Okay, so I know you guys haven't been taught how to solve inequalities with using division or subtraction, but it's very similar to um, uh, solving equations. And like I said, it's assuming that you remember that information. And so if you call on activity 3, we had to replace the inequality symbols with an equal sign and then go back to inequality, and that's how I'm going to do that. And so I can go ahead. There's so many different strategies you can use to kind of to narrow your eliminate the possible answers. Um, and, for example, A, D, and F have to have an open circle. So it's going to have to be one of the answers with an open circle because it's greater than or less than, not greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Whereas B, E, and C has to have a closed circle. So there's many possible ways, and you can also look at the fact that whatever the value. So the whole point is we're getting the variable isolated, and so if x is smaller than the number on the right, you can assume that the arrow is going to be pointing to the left. So if x is less than the value, it's going to be your arrow is going to be pointing to the right. If x is greater than a number, your answer is going to be pointing to the right, greater than. So for A example, all right, x is going to be, once I get x isolated, it's going to be to the left. So my possible choices would be A, C, and F. Whereas for D, x is going to be greater than, so it's going to be pointing to the right. My choices would be B, D, and E. But then again, going back to the open circle, so D would be my only possible choices would be x is greater than the value on the right, so my only possible choice would be E. So I'm actually going to go and say that. All right, so E is going to be my first one I'm able to figure out. And the reason, so what I'm saying is, if I get that x isolated, it's going to be going to the right. It's an open circle, so the only open circle value that's going to the right is E. So I can go ahead and eliminate that. All right, so let's go ahead and solve the other ones. We're going to do the process where we replace the inequality symbol with the equal sign. So I have, let's look at A, 3x less than 9. Okay, I'm going to replace that equal sign, inequality with an equal sign. So 3x equals 9, and then that becomes the inverse operation. And I'm left with x equals 3, and then I go back to my original inequality symbol. X is less than 3. Look at my open circles. So I have C, but that's the circle's on 4, so I'm not going to use that. E, I've already eliminated E, and so F, let's look at that. I'm at 3, and whatever X is still left with 3, so that is true. That is true. So X is less than 3. So the answer for number A is F. All right, let's look at B. I'm going to do B over here. All right, so B, 3x is less than or equal to 9. So I'm going to write my inequality. All right, I'm going to replace it with an equal sign. So 3x less than or equal to 9. All right, I'm going to solve it. So that's divided by 3. I'm left with x is less than or equal to 3. All right, now I'm going to change my inequality symbol back to an equal sign. So, I totally messed up. I didn't even change the equal sign. So x is less than or equal to 3. All right, so I actually kind of just did. That's how we're going to be doing this week. And so I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to go back. All right, so you don't need to swap it to an equal sign. That's just kind of for you to visualize it based on prior learning. So I'm not going to go back and do that. But let's go ahead and see if I can figure out where to plot it. And so x, I'm going to find, so it's going to be closed circle. X is going to be less than, so it's going to be going to the left, and it's going to be less than 3. So I got A, yes. B, no, because x is going to be higher than 3. C, no, because it's at 4. D, no, because it's at 2. I've already eliminated E, and I've already eliminated F. So the the possible choice is A. The answer is A. All right, and that is x less than or equal to 3. All right, so I'm going to skip C because that's a fraction. I already got D. Let's go to E. All right, so I'm going to use green. I'm going to go with 12 less than or equal to 4. All right, I'm going to place that with an equal sign. So 12 equals 4. All right, now I'm going to do my inverse operation. Oh, I'm sorry, 12 equals 4x. Sorry. So divide both by 4. And then I'm left with 12 divided by 4 is 3. Equals, these cross each other out. Equals x. And I'm going to replace my equal sign back with the original inequality, which is less than or equal to x. All right, and now let's go ahead and look at my choices. B, well, it's saying x is greater than or equal to 3, or 3 is less than or equal to. 3 is less than or equal to x, or x is greater than or equal to 3. Let's see if B is true. All right, closed circle, yes. Plotted at 3, plotted at 3. And yes, x is going to be greater than 3, so it's going to be to the right. So for number C, let's go ahead and B, write my inequality. 3 is less than or equal to x. And then for my answer C, E is going to be letter B. And then I can cross that out. All right, so I'm going to have to actually do some erasing. I'm going to erase over here. All right, and so on my, I got C and F again. And actually, I can eliminate those because one's a closed circle and one's an open circle. C is going to be C is going to be the closed circle. So that's got to be C. So C is or D has got to be C. So that would be D. And so that must be open circle. Open circle must be C. But you know, I'm gonna double check. I like to double check. I'm gonna double check C, and we'll just move on from there. So C, I'm gonna write my inequality. Let's go with x divided by 2 less than or equal to 1. All right, I'm gonna flip it with switch the inequality with an equal sign. Equals 1. All right, now I'm gonna follow my rules. I'm gonna multiply it times 2. I'm going to try and get rid of that denominator, so do the same thing over here, times 2. Cross out, and I'm left with x equals 2. Now I'm going to replace my equal sign back to the original inequality. All right, and let's check my work. X is greater than or equal to 2. What was I doing? C and C. What was I doing? D. Yeah, so for C, I put D, so x is greater than or equal to 2, and that does match up. So, all right, I verified my work. All right, so go ahead, do the closure activity, submit it on the link that I provided, and I hope today, all right, so today was an inquiry-based lesson, and it's probably challenging, but hopefully you were able to get it. If not, we'll continue doing this week, and there'll be more clear instruction on how to use the inverse operation on multiplication and division. Well, you guys have happy Monday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.